What's up, guys? This is Aaron, and it is time for Week 4 college football best bets. I've got 3 for you today. We're 27-15 overall. That's 64%, up over 10 units for the season. So let's get into it. Nebraska, Michigan. We're going to go Nebraska plus 2.5. Nebraska is at home here. So one thing that I like to do is to fade on the road these true freshman quarterbacks. I know Bryce Underwood is probably, going to be a generational guy quarterback, but this is just his second road start. He's a true freshman. There are mistakes to be made here. On the other side, Dylan Raiola, he hasn't been perfect, but with a lot more experience, you got the home field crowd. This is Matt Rule. Year 3, so I do expect for Nebraska to kind of start winning some of these close games now. I know they've got a miserable record against ranked teams the past few years, but this is year 3. This is time for them to kind of get this turned around. I do think they win the game, so let's go Nebraska plus 2.5. The second one, let's go Oregon first half minus 21. Might be some 20.5s out there, but definitely get at least 21. So, this is a huge rivalry game. It's called Civil War, Oregon State. I know Oregon has a big game on deck, but this game does still kind of matter to them. They, really Dan Lanning just wants to win the game by margin. Whether it's 35-0 or, 65-20, he just likes to win these kinds of games by margin. Which is good for us because he does cover a lot of spreads for us. They have a series history of winning this game by margin. Oregon State comes off a really miserable performance. They've really been underperforming all season. The Fresno State game was kind of a misleading box score, but it's the fact that their special teams was so bad that they gave up the game. They come out and a true freshman quarterback for Cal lights them up. They lose. The third game against Texas Tech, it sort of looked like maybe they're kind of losing faith here in the coach. Maybe not giving 100%. You see that sometimes with tackling, so you'll know that early against Oregon. But I just think Oregon's far too superior here, and with a big game on deck, they're liable to try to get as many points as possible fast in the first half before they take their foot off the gas. So let's go Oregon minus 21 for the first half. The third one, this one's going to be, it's going to feel a little dicey, but it's Notre Dame minus 24.5. I got 26.5 earlier in the week, so that's, you can get a better number now. So they play Purdue. They're at home. Last season, they were like a 2-touchdown favorite against Purdue, and the entire world, all the sharp money goes against Notre Dame. I think it closed -7. Betting the game like they already knew what was going to happen, and then Notre Dame wins the game 66-7. They absolutely destroyed them. I know that Purdue was worse last year than they are this year. Certainly, Barry Odom is a much better head coach. But still, this is two teams that are, sort of in different directions here. Purdue's kind of the bottom feeder trying to get a little bit better. Notre Dame, fringe, top 10, top 20 team, however you want to look at it. Notre Dame is 0-2. So they're going to have to come out here. This is one of those spots for Marcus Freeman to really lay it on an inferior opponent. You can't really afford to mess around here. You don't have a whole lot of games left this season that are really going to wow anybody for you to win. Probably going to need to win pretty much all of these games by a good margin. And this is one game where, especially athlete-wise, they ought to be able to get good margin and just lay it on them, especially, late. So let's go Notre Dame minus 24.5. We've got 11 plays this week. They've all been posted on the Discord since Sunday, and I posted them to Twitter as well. I'll put my information in the description. Like, subscribe, tail fade, whatever makes you money. Get in the Discord, follow me on Twitter. Either way, let's make some money.